Alright, so I actually was planning to not do this video because I feel like crap right now after work. Yes, Mochi. Something just feels a little funky in here, so I'm just drinking some tea. I'm going to be answering some frequently asked questions as a brand spanking new phlebotomist. I'm only like a month and a half in to this new job of mine. So, here's a disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I am just a phlebotomist. I don't know anything other than I'm just drawing the blood. And whatever a phlebotomist is supposed to know, if I say something wrong or that just doesn't sound right, I'm sorry. I'm still learning. I learn something new every single day when it comes to my phlebotomy job. If something does pop out to you that's different than what you're used to at your phlebotomy job, yeah, comment down below. So before I even get into the point of this video, which is most frequently asked questions, there's not a lot of things that I can answer. I can only answer a certain amount of things, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Scripture of the day is Philippians 4:13, and it says, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. I love this scripture very much, and I try my best to live by it, and I say it to myself almost every day. Keep in mind, I'm going to answer these as best as I can. I'm still new at this, and I learn something all the time. I will say all of this info 1,000 times because some people just disregard whatever I say sometimes, that I'm still learning. So bear with me. One of the most frequently asked questions that I have seen on my TikTok is, how long did it take for you to find a job? My straightforward answer is 8 months. I live in Spokane, Washington state. We're in very high demand for phlebotomists. I got a certificate in the month of March of this year, 2025, got hired in October, and I officially started my employment in November. Unfortunately, it does take people a few months more than me, and even a year plus. And if you're lucky, you'll get a job under 6 months if you're really wanted. I had trouble getting a job because they wanted experience. How many blood draws have I done? And my honest answer was about 7 to 10 pokes because that's all I did in my class. Why do I want to be a phlebotomist? What made me want to be a phlebotomist? Why am I in the medical field to begin with? And sometimes they will like your answers and sometimes they won't like your answers. I landed a job at a clinic. Very easy. They have very easy procedures and rules. It did take me about 8 months to get my first phlebotomy job, and it is different for everybody else who is trying to get a phlebotomy job. The next question is, where did I apply? I applied to local hospitals such as Multicare, Providence. I applied to Deaconess Hospital, Vitalant, LabCorp. I applied to cancer care clinics and hospitals, Rockwood. I applied to so many things, like things that I did not know existed. Just apply everywhere and reach out to people who you have connections with in the medical world, and you can hopefully get your foot in the door. So how much do I make as a brand new phlebotomist? Let's have a reminder. I'm brand new. I'm still gaining all of my experience. I have 400 plus blood draws on patients. I have experience with drug screenings. So gaining experience helps you with new hourly pay later. As of right now, I currently make $17.75, way less than what I was making at my full-time job at Hobby Lobby. When I left my full-time job at HL, I was making $19 an hour, and when I left in October, they bumped it up to 20 bucks. So I'm making a few bucks less than what I did at Hobby Lobby. So my goal is to hopefully get a raise later next year in 2026 where I can make at least 19 or 20, somewhere in there, because I left that job to be in the dream job that I have now. Where I work in Spokane, Washington, I'm not getting paid a lot, but it is enough, and I am getting overtime hours, so that helps a lot, and we do get bonuses every once in a while. How do you know which tubes to use? When we are starting new as new phlebotomist, we will study the order of draw and what color tubes are assigned to what tests. And where I work, the computer system that I use, it tells me which tubes to use. It will tell me to use a gray top, it'll tell me to use a black top, and it'll tell me what to use on the computer. This is an example of what I would see on my screen for a patient. It'll have the order of draw for SST, lavenders, whatever is ordered for the patient. Also, to put this out there, this is a gel separator lithium heparin tube, and this came from a hospital. These are not at my clinic where I work. Lithium heparin tubes where I work, they are this size, they don't have the gel separator at the bottom, and they're dark green. I think it's a little bit weird. I'm also still learning how to read all of the labels, and there's also different brands of tubes in so many different areas of the US and the world. Every day I am learning something new, and I'm doing my absolute best to make do, and I do struggle still every day, but I get so much better at it. So far, the greatest milestones that I have had in my new job is that I got about 400 plus blood draws, and that's with all ages, from kids to older people. I did all of it. I haven't done babies yet, but I have done children who are about 6 to 7 years old up. And I actually did draw a child today who was having severe stomach pain, and he was severely dehydrated. So we got some fluids in him, he came back to the lab, and we ended up drawing his blood, and we sent him on his way, and we're hoping that he's okay. But I do work with kids. I work with patients who are hard pokes, veins that are so superficial that you're scared to even puncture the skin sometimes, veins that roll. Each time I get better, I become more confident, I don't shake anymore. I have missed about 13 to 20 people's veins, all honest mistakes. Most of the time I can't get the vein because it's too deep, it can be too thin, they'll move. Veins move. When people say they don't move, no, from what I have seen on these patients, you can see the veins moving whenever they like shift their arm in a different way. Only poke skin tissue by accident. It's all a learning process. I've missed veins. I get veins most of the time. Out of the 400 pokes, I've missed about 13 to 20 people's veins. But this is all I have to share for this video. If this answered some of your questions, I'm happy I was able to help, and I wish you great luck on your employment as being a new phlebotomist, or if you're going to school, studying, whatever it is, what situation you're in right now. I will see you all in the next video, and have a very Merry Christmas.